One thing that we all do is not listen to ads. With YouTube, Hulu, and even Instagram pushing ads on us more and more, we all want to skip those ads. And that's why there are unskippable ads. We sit there for 30 to 60 seconds, forced to watch ads for products these platforms think we would like, but we usually don't. Is that because they don't know what we like? Or could it be something else? When I see a specific ad, every single YouTube video I watch, every Hulu commercial break, or between every 5 posts on social media, I don't just ignore the product. I refuse to buy it. Here's an example. There's not been a day this past month where I have not seen multiple ads for Mud Water, some healthy alternative to coffee that somehow gives you the energy like coffee, but always relaxes you to have a great night's sleep. Which seems fishy to me, but anyway, you know what's worse than the frequency of the ads? It is unskippable. Does Mud Water seem interesting? It kinda does. If I saw it in the store instead of on the internet, would I buy it? Maybe. Do I think it would be interesting to try? Yeah. But would I ever buy it after the ads? Absolutely not. And this is Reactance theory. Mud Water took away my freedom to do my own research on the product, and even more importantly, it took away my freedom to get away from the product. Because I lost that, I chose to restore it by expressing that freedom through not buying the product. Simply put, reactance theory is when somebody feels that their ability to freely choose what they can do is being challenged, so they resist that challenge. Essentially being more inclined to go against what they feel they're being forced to do. Here's another example that is even more alarming than simply not buying something. Because of reactance theory, ads can even encourage kids to get hooked on addictive substances. We've all seen those vaping ads. You know, the ones like where that guy gets attacked by a metal monster. But what if I told you after the Real Cost of Vaping campaign ran, there was a 78% increase in teens who tried vaping according to a 2018 study? That's crazy, right? When you tell people, especially people who are just getting to the point of making their own decisions, they can't do something, that makes them just want to do it more. Because it's challenging their newfound freedoms as an individual. Now this could be looked at as anecdotal evidence for reactance theory in advertising and people's reactions to ads, but research backs it up. It was found in a study by Kozlaw in 2000 that people will avoid products that were presented in persuasive ads. In 1989, Greg Lesney and M. Vikansan did research on reactance theory and consumer buying. They found something else that was interesting and eerily relevant to today's world. When consumers' freedoms are threatened by things like purchasing limits on certain products, the behavior is erratic, and they are more likely to work around these limits. Does that sound familiar? I don't know about you guys, but toilet paper comes to my mind. Anyway, what's the point of this? Am I saying that reactance theory only hurts businesses that advertise? Not quite. Patagonia is one of the most prolific cases of reactance theory working in their favor. In 2011, Patagonia released a newspaper advertisement for Black Friday that said, "Don't buy this jacket." It highlighted all of the resources that the jacket used to be made and basically told people if they don't need something, they shouldn't buy it. And guess what happened? Sales rose by 30%. So does this just mean that people do the opposite of what advertisers tell them? Not really. In this case, people reacted to the advertisement because the company that made the jacket told them not to buy it. Because Patagonia took away this option to buy the jacket, whether the buyers were thinking about it or not, it gave the consumer a negative feeling that their ability to choose was taken away, leading to them buying the fleece. Now it is clear that this was an unintended result, and Patagonia was truly trying to make a stand against wasteful consumerism in the United States, but this does illustrate how heavily people are affected by reactance theory, whether they know it or not. So what I'm basically saying is, reactance theory isn't just reverse psychology, where kids want to do the opposite of what their parents tell them to do. It's more than that. It's something you and I experience every day, and it's a reaction to the loss of perceived freedoms we thought we had. And whether it causes us to hate certain brands because of their frequent and unavoidable commercials, or hoard products because we're getting limited by our stores, it isn't something unknown or irrational that we do. It can be explained by reactance theory.